Get ready, folks. The economic downturn is coming. In fact, it's already here, actually. But the next economic shift is literally about to happen, and many are just not aware. But what is more so alarming is that for those who are aware, they are completely lost and don't know how to prepare and get ready before it's too late. And if you or anyone you know falls into this category, then I urge you to watch this short and very informative video all the way until the end. And then share it with everyone you know so that you can help them get prepared too. So imagine this. You're on the cusp of making one of life's biggest decisions, buying a home. The dream of having your own place is within reach, but just as you're about to take that leap and finally pull the trigger, a storm of challenges presents themselves and one by one become more visible on the horizon. Mortgage rates have skyrocketed to levels not seen in over 2 decades, sending monthly payments through the roof. And if that weren't enough, home prices are on an unrelenting upward swing, climbing. This is the product of the complex mathematical equations introduced by the Fed in their relentless and persistent interest rate hikes, only to further complicate the quest for a cozy corner of the world to call your own. But why? What's driving this housing turmoil? It can't be just the Fed, BlackRock, and cash buyers putting in offers all over asking, right? And better yet, how long will these towering rates persist? And is there any way to navigate this real estate Rubik's Cube? Well, stay tuned and watch or listen as we dive into a world where inflation collides with Federal Reserve decisions, where the dream of home ownership is tested like never before. And in this video, we will unravel the mysteries behind the surge in mortgage interest rates, uncover the ripple effects on the housing market, and discover strategies to secure your slice of the American dream, all in the face of soaring rates and relentless economic shifts. And it almost seems like there is a never-ending list of problems that have produced these challenging economic shifts. Now, here's a list of several influential events that have contributed to the current and most recent economic shifts. These events have all shaped economic trends, policy decisions, and market dynamics, ultimately impacting various aspects of the economy, including interest rates, inflation, and housing markets, with some of the most significant events including the COVID-19 pandemic. The global pandemic triggered a worldwide economic shock, leading to lockdowns, supply chain disruptions, and massive job losses. Governments implemented fiscal stimulus measures to counteract the economic downturn, and central banks lowered interest rates and engaged in quantitative easing to support financial markets and encourage borrowing. The Federal Reserve's policy responses also had an impact, and in response to the pandemic, the Federal Reserve lowered interest rates to near zero and implemented various monetary policy tools to provide liquidity and stability to financial markets. These measures aim to alleviate the economic impact of the pandemic and promote recovery. Add in fiscal stimulus measures as governments around the world introduce significant fiscal stimulus packages to provide financial relief to businesses, individuals, and households affected by the pandemic. These measures included direct payments, enhanced unemployment benefits, and business support programs. The dreaded supply chain disruptions were a nightmare to us all, as the pandemic disrupted global supply chains, causing shortages and increased prices for various goods and commodities. These disruptions contributed to supply and demand imbalances and further drove up inflationary pressures. As we move on to inflation concerns, the combination of supply chain disruptions, fiscal stimulus, and the accommodative monetary policy led to concerns about inflation. Rightfully so. As demand outpaced supply, prices for goods and services began to rise, leading to discussions about the potential for sustained higher inflation before a recession. However, Federal Reserve's tampering discussions as the economy showed signs of recovery. Discussions emerged about the Federal Reserve's plan to taper its quantitative easing program and eventually raise interest rates. These discussions influenced market sentiment and expectations about the future trajectory of interest rates. And man, oh man, the housing market dynamics have been crazy. The pandemic accelerated trends in the housing market with increased demand for suburban and rural homes, low housing inventory, and rising home prices. Low mortgage rates initially fueled demand, but rising rates later could impact affordability and market dynamics. As we move on to the global economic recovery, as vaccination efforts expanded and economies reopened, many countries experienced a rebound in economic activity. However, the pace and sustainability of the recovery varied across regions, influenced partially by geopolitical factors, as geopolitical events such as trade tensions and international conflicts can influence economic sentiment, trade flows, and market volatility, affecting economic conditions and interest rate expectations. But we mustn't forget and ignore the technological advancements that we have seen here as of late. And ongoing technological advancements, particularly in e-commerce, remote work, and digital transformation, have shaped consumer behaviors, business operations, and productivity trends, contributing to shifts in economic dynamics. And always at the center of it all are energy markets, with fluctuations in energy prices influenced by factors such as oil supply decisions and geopolitical tensions, which can impact inflation and consumer spending, influencing economic shifts. Climate change is another, and environmental policies. Increasing awareness of climate change has led to shifts in environmental policies and regulation. These changes can influence industries, markets, and investment decisions, while the labor market challenges continue to be a struggle. Labor market dynamics, including labor shortages, wage pressures, and changes in remote work preferences or policies, can impact economic recovery, inflation, and business operations. These events, along with their complex interplay, have created an intricate economic landscape that shapes interest rates, inflation expectations, consumer behaviors, and market trends. And for those of us who stay informed and educated of what all has happened, and most importantly is happening and likely to happen in the future, we will place ourselves in the best position to be better prepared and get ready by understanding the ongoing interactions between these events, as it is crucial for comprehending the current economic environment and anticipating future shifts. Especially if you've wondered or asked yourself recently, how can I get ahead? How can I stop struggling through the rat race? How do I make more money and find passive income? Folks, like and subscribe if you're interested in getting prepared for all of the potential problems that many are facing right now and or will soon face in the near future. These include, but are not limited to, high mortgage rates and monthly payments, with the average rate on a 30-year mortgage soaring well above 7%, and monthly mortgage payments have become significantly higher, up by an average of almost 20% compared to the previous year, depending on where you live. And this constrain household budgets and make home ownership less affordable. Rising median home sale prices is another, as median home sale prices are trending upward in this reverse housing market crash, with a 3% increase from the previous year at the very least. And this increase in home prices could make it challenging for potential home buyers to enter the market or afford homes in their desired locations. The mismatch between supply and demand continues to plague businesses and consumers. Homeowners with mortgage rates above 5% are more likely to consider selling their homes in the next 3 years, and this intention to sell could lead to increased housing supply. But the demand might not match up due to higher mortgage rates and home prices, potentially causing a mismatch in the housing market. Limited flexibility for home buyers and sellers is a problem that real estate professionals are continuously trying to work through. The combination of high mortgage rates and increasing home prices might limit the ability of home buyers and sellers to make housing decisions based on their preferences and financial circumstances. Some might feel compelled to sell or buy at less than favorable terms. While inflation and Federal Reserve policy is always at the forefront of everyone's mind, as inflation, coupled with the Federal Reserve's response to combat inflation itself by raising the federal funds rate, has contributed to higher mortgage rates. This could lead to reduced consumer spending, impacting various types of loans, including mortgages and credit cards. Oh, and auto loans too. The uncertain future of interest rates is just another dark cloud looming over many people's heads as the frequent and aggressive raising of interest rates by the Federal Reserve creates uncertainty about how long mortgage rates will remain high. Predicting when rates might decrease is difficult as the resilience of the U.S. economy adds complexity to the situation. We've literally seen no landing so far. However, there is limited access to lower rates, and the requirement of a high credit score, minimum 760 FICO score, to access the lowest mortgage rates can exclude some potential homebuyers from favorable rates, especially if their credit scores are lower. And this could limit opportunities for home ownership. The potential economic impact, well, the continuous elevation of borrowing costs, including mortgage rates, could impact consumer spending, housing market activity, and economic growth as individuals and families allocate more funds to loan payments, leaving less for other expenditures. Not to mention the potential missed opportunities with rate locks. While rate locks can protect borrowers from rising interest rates during the closing process, they could also prevent borrowers from benefiting if interest rates decrease. And deciding whether to lock in a rate or have a float down option involves a trade-off between risk and potential savings. While there is still the higher costs for rate shopping, and while shopping around for mortgage rates is encouraged, obtaining quotes from multiple lenders might require extra effort and time. Borrowers need to balance the potential savings from finding lower rates with the cost of pursuing multiple options, as we are in the midst of market volatility and timing. With the uncertainty in interest rates and the housing market's future trajectory could create challenging situations for individuals looking to time their entry into home ownership. The risk of purchasing a property at a higher interest rate due to market volatility can impact long-term affordability and thus have a major impact on the real estate market as a whole. The combination of high mortgage rates and rising home prices could lead to a slowdown in the real estate market, affecting both buyers and sellers. Buyers might be discouraged by the higher costs, and sellers could face challenges in finding willing buyers at the expected prices, creating further financial stress for homeowners, as existing homeowners with adjustable rate mortgages or upcoming rate adjustments might experience increased financial stress due to higher mortgage payments. And this could lead to higher rates of delinquency and potential foreclosures in some cases, leading to a reduction or reduced homeownership rates. The higher mortgage rates and home prices could lead to reduced rates of homeownership, particularly among first-time buyers or those with limited financial resources. This could impact the overall makeup of the housing market and access to home ownership. And then you add on top of that the uncertain impact of inflation control, whereas the effectiveness of efforts to control inflation and their impact on mortgage rates and the overall economy remains uncertain. If inflation persists or proves challenging to control, mortgage rates could remain elevated for a longer period than anticipated. And if you have made it this far in the video, then that means either one of two things have happened. You either kind of forgot or got distracted by something else, maybe, butterfly, and just haven't clicked off the video yet. Or you're here because you actually want to gain the knowledge, connect with people who are providing the truth, and most importantly, want to know how you can get prepared before the next upcoming economic shift. Because experts are predicting it's sure to be a big one. So if you're here because of the latter, here's a list of 15 ways that you can get prepared for the next economic shift. Please note that adequate preparation requires a combination of financial prudence, awareness of market trends, and strategic planning. And while economic shifts can be challenging to predict accurately, the following steps can help you navigate potential uncertainties and position yourself for success. So without any further ado, here's the list. And coming in at number 15, seeking professional advice. Consult financial advisors, accountants, and legal professionals to get personalized guidance tailored to your specific circumstances. 14, review and update your estate plan. Ensure that your estate plan, including wills, trusts, and beneficiary designations, is up to date and aligned with your current financial situation and goals. 13, plan for retirement. Continue contributing to retirement accounts such as 401ks and IRAs, even during economic fluctuations. Long-term investment strategies can benefit from compound growth, but this isn't financial advice. It's just me sharing with you some information on how I plan on getting better prepared. Number 12, network and build relationships. Cultivate a strong professional network that can offer support, mentorship, and potential opportunities during economic shifts. Invest in education and skill development. As we've mentioned and discussed before, continuous learning and skill development can enhance your employability and adaptability in a changing job market. Number 10, asset protection. Evaluate insurance coverage, including health, life, property, and liability insurance, because adequate coverage can mitigate financial risks in case of unexpected events. 9, stay adaptable. Be open to adjusting your financial plans based on changing circumstances. Flexibility can help you navigate unexpected changes more effectively. 8, consider a diversified income stream. Exploring additional sources of income, such as a side business or freelance work, can provide a safety net during economic shifts. 7, review and adjust your investment strategy. Now, again, this is not financial advice. However, regularly reviewing your investment portfolio to ensure it aligns with your financial goals, risk tolerance, and market conditions, well, it just is a no-brainer. Adjust your strategy as needed. 6, upgrade your financial skills. Enhance your financial literacy by understanding concepts like investing, risk management, and tax planning. This knowledge can help you make better financial decisions. 5, pay down debt. Because reducing high interest debts such as credit card debt can improve your financial flexibility and reduce financial stress during economic downturns. 4, maintain a balanced budget. Create a budget that accounts for your essential expenses and financial goals. This will help you manage your spending, save money, and avoid unnecessary debt. Number 3, stay informed. Keep up with economic news, market trends, and geopolitical developments to understand how they could impact your financial situation. Remember, knowledge is key to making informed decisions. Number 2, diversify investments. Because diversification across various asset classes, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and commodities, can help reduce the impact of market volatility on your investment portfolio. And lastly, number 1, build a strong financial foundation. Establish an emergency fund with 3 to 6 months at the very least worth of living expenses. This cushion can help you weather unexpected financial setbacks during economic downturns. All right, folks, let's remember that economic shifts are a natural part of economic cycles. And while they may bring challenges, they can also present opportunities. Being prepared and proactive can help you mitigate risks and capitalize on favorable circumstances that arise during these changes, these economic shifts. Thank you all for allowing me to consume your precious time to share this urgent and extremely important, valuable information with you. Feel free to leave questions in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe for more, and I hope that you all have an amazing, wonderful, and fantastic day.